privileged to be here. This is my first time coming to the historic Mother Bethel AME Church. And I say to you that I feel the spirit of Richard Allen and Absalom Jones as we fight for justice this evening. I also applaud your pastor, the very distinguished pulpiteer, the Reverend Mark Tyler, and I thank him for his visionary leadership of bringing together a cross-section of people who come from different faiths, come from different walks of life, who are here tonight to engage in the most important civil rights issue of our time, and that is public education. Horace Mann, one of the great advocates of public education, once said, "Let us not be content to wait and see what will happen, but rather give us the determination to make the right things happen." Beloved, I come to you this evening to say that the mayor, the SRC, and the governor are not making the right things happen for our children. Recently, Tom Knudsen, the district's chief recovery officer, announced a need to radically restructure the school district of Philadelphia. The primary reasons given were because the district is running a budget deficit and two, must cut costs in order to balance the district's budget. The budget deficit is predicted to be somewhere between $269 million to $400 million. And it appears that the fiscal numbers are changing nearly month by month, and no one really knows how badly the district is hemorrhaging. And the problem with this radical educational reform is that it is being imposed upon our children when there is no superintendent and there is no captain to steer the ship. Indeed, I would dare ask Tom Knudsen, the mayor, the governor, the SRC, would you dare let somebody put a knife on your body if they did not have a medical degree? We're in a crisis now. Decisions are being made for our children's future when there is no clearly articulated vision. All we hear about budget deficits, where's the vision? When we hear about there's a need to close the gap, where's the vision? When we hear about all of the changes taking place at 440, where's the vision? When we hear about decentralization, we are here tonight to ask the question, where is the vision? You don't put the cart before the horse, you put the horse before the cart, and we need somebody to steer this ship, and it's clearly not coming in 440. To add insult to injury, the SRC adopted and is now implementing a plan to decentralize the district with an outside consultant, the Boston Consulting Group. The question is this morning, does the Boston Consulting Group have real educational people who are serving on their consulting firm? Or better yet, the question is, what other companies has the Boston Consulting Group you work with? I would dare say to you that if the media really looked at it, they would see that the Boston Consulting Group came from Tom Knudsen because he worked with them at P.G.W. But the press is not writing about that. And then when you look at phase one, how it costs $1.5 million. That's just phase one. Phase two is costing $4.5 million. That's a total of $6 million that bring about budget cuts. Can't we use that $6 million to keep our schools open? Can't we use that $6 million to educate our children? And even when it appears that the William Penn Foundation is involved in this, the question then has to become, who's funding the William Penn Foundation? Who is really driving this effort to decentralize the district? Who stands to benefit from the district's $3 billion budget? It appears that business interests are driving this radical shift. As it is with any business, there must be some expectation for return on the investment. Why is there an increased effort to push decentralization? Whose interests are being served? Who is funding this effort? Why hasn't the media focused on this? Indeed, beloved, when we look at all of these things, this system is being designed to fail, and to fail our children. And if we fail, that means that we will have to attend more funerals, Reverend Tyler. If we fail, we will have to visit more youngsters in jail. If we fail, we will have to console more families who have lost their children to crime and despair. If we fail, our community fails. And if we fail, the Philadelphia fails. And if Philadelphia fails, then Pennsylvania fails. And if Pennsylvania fails, the United States of America fails. But Lord, we have to stand up for our children. We cannot afford to fail them. We have to fight. We have to keep marching.